Okay, we're back with Multiman Publishing's Standard Combat Series North Africa, playing Operation Brevity. We are now in the third activation, and actually I need to fix something that one of my viewers found. Last time the Germans lose one step when they did their attack, and they had all of 15th Panzer and more here, and the rule is the unit with the biggest attack factor loses the first step, which would be this guy. And then with that done, we have to figure out who goes where. 6, 4, 4, and 3. Okay, the 3 will go here, and then we got a 6. Let's do the 6 here. And then we're going to put somebody here. Oh, the Pioneers, they're motorized, so I think they can do that. I'll check that real quick. Yeah, that applies to exploit capable, which the Pioneers are, so they can go here. These guys will go here, and these guys will go here. So, thank you then again to my viewer who pointed out that I took the step loss from the wrong unit, which was this guy. Actually, this guy can move too, but he'll stay here. I guess he could move to Fort Capuzzo. That is an awesome position there. Yeah, I'm not... Actually, that would have freed up that guy for something else. Yeah, let's just go for it all here. There we go. So that's all the advance after combat. After the attack here, I believe the unit was eliminated, and the R3 was the result, hence the 1, 2, 3 to here, and the 1, 2 to over here. And I think that's good. Yep, this guy's here, this guy's here. In the end, only the victory point hexes count, and that's Fort Capuzzo, Solemn, and the Haifia Pass. Now the question is, are the Germans strong enough? They've only got one supply point left. They can only do a limited activation. They only got one shot at this hex. But first, the British get to go. All right, here's the decision points. Just looking at the activation rules. They could just do reaction movement. Well, let's be honest, their biggest problem right now is disorganized. The unit holding the last victory hex is disorganized. So they need to undisorganize this unit. The only way they can do that is to do a full or a limited to get the disorganized removal phase. Now, if they do the limited, then they'll only have one supply point left. That means their next one will be limited, and they won't be able to use the airstrike that's left. But then the Germans have nicely concentrated themselves here. Okay, which means they've got a good chance of disorganizing the Germans. So, but the other problem is if they burn their last two supply points on a full activation, all they can do at the last turn is react. They can't do anything. So, let's see what's going on here. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. The Brits are going to burn the last two supply, get the airstrike. So that's what they're going to do first. 2 supply to expand, movement overruns allowed. So they are going to do... I wonder if they can... No, they can't keep going. And I don't think they'll be strong. And then they're still disorganized. So they're going to just go for the stalemate here. So we've basically got 1, 2, 3, or 4. And these German units are disorganized. So let's pull up the handy dandy dice roller. Okay, kind of an all or nothing here, and let's see if they get lucky. No. Okay, that's the last airstrike. They did a full activation. So now the question becomes, what should they do? They're fully stacked here. And that guy's got a 4, so there's no way to get. Problem is this escarpment here. The only crossing point for the escarpment is either here, which the Germans have taken, or way back here and through here. So I think the only thing the British can do at this point is pretty much defend and hopefully hold on. The Germans have one more limited activation, and then everybody's out of supply for attacks. So let's see what they're going to do. Alright, since this is where it's all at, these units will all stay here. In theory, this guy, if we did the end phase and supply trace, he could get all the way around here and cut these guys off and force a surrender roll. Not good. So, I wish this guy could have done it, but this guy can. I think this guy can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So he'll go here. So this guy isn't making a run there. Now he could try and sweep out this way, but well, that would be 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. 10, I don't think he can do it. 11, 12, 13, 14. He couldn't quite get to this road. But to make sure, this guy will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that pretty much shuts it down for him there. And that's it. So, Brits lose these 2 supply points. But the good news is this comes off. And they're fully here. The Germans have 1 supply point left. So they can do 1 big attack. The only thing they may do differently is, well, that guy can attack from there. Well, I'm just going to do this quick. This guy's going to pull off. This guy goes here. We got another 3 attack factors. 1, 2, I guess he can come here. They're going to attack at 1/3. 1, yeah, let's just pile them all in. This is a limited thing, attack, so all they can do is move. Let's put that guy in Fort Capuzzo. I guess we could even get that 1, 2, 4 down here. Normally wouldn't do that because now this guy can run up here. So let's be realistic. There we go. That still blocks them from doing that. So it all comes down to 1 big attack here for the German win. And I don't know what the odds are, but these guys are at 1/3. Let's pull up the CRT. Let's pull up the terrain. And the reason I'm saying that is if you attack across escarpment, after primary or track only, I'm just assuming the pass they can attack. That's 8, and 1/3 of 8 is, well, they didn't quite make it. That's 2. But let's see what we got here. Got 4 and 8 is 12, 18, 18 and 3 is 21, 21 and 2 is 23, 23 to 12 is 2 to 1, but then it goes down to 1 to 1 because of GOT. So yeah, it all comes down to a 1 to 1 attack. Let's see what that looks like. Interesting. We'll see. Yeah, it's a straight 1 to 1. Straight 1 to 1 attack here. Yep. And I'm just checking the terrain. Yeah, 1 to 1. So let's pull our handy dandy die roller up and see what this last attack is. Oh, that doesn't count. Gotta do this. Okay, so here we go. It's 1 to 1 for the win. 6. Not gonna do it with that. A1. And again, the strongest unit has to take it. And that would be this 8412 here. And that was their last supply point. So that is the end of this scenario. To sum up, I think what stopped the Brits initially were the anti-tank units here that repulsed them the first time. And they never actually succeeded in taking this attack, Hex. And then what stopped the Germans were the first attack on Fort Capuzzo. They were stopped, but then they took it with an overrun. But that slowed them down enough and burned enough supply that they couldn't finish the job here with this last hex. And if I've got my history right, this is close to what happened. The Brits initially came in, attacked, took all these. 15th Panzer came down and counterattacked, and at the end of the day, the Brits actually didn't even hold a... Well, maybe they withdrew from the Halfaya Pass, too. So maybe last time it was a German win, but at any case, here we go. And I didn't realize this, but this escarpment here is a big impact on play. This means the only way to get over here to Sollum is through this road at 1/3. Luckily for the Germans, they held it. Otherwise, it would have been really hard to take that, and the battle would have been for Fort Capuzzo. But their anti-tank unit stopped him, and then the 15th Panzer was able to come through and reinforce just in time. So, I guess if played it again, it could go either way, but this was a good scenario for learning the rules here. Thinking ahead for exploitation is a big thing here. And air power is, yeah, concentrate at your own risk if there's air power available to disorganize you, which is a pretty powerful kind of effect here, having everybody, no zone of control, no exploitation either, I would imagine. So, anyway, that is the end of our first scenario. I think next up we'll take a look at the next scenario, which is... There we go, hold on. Oh, there's some good ones too. Battle Axe. Okay, that's the next scenario. And this one's also one turn. I think the big thing is how many supply units do you get? Access 2 airstrikes, 4 airstrikes, wow. Let's see, got some leaders here. Let's look at the victory conditions. 4 supply units, 2 full activations. Looks common there. And the Germans get 3, same thing here. But Rommel's on the board this time. Player controlling Fort Capuzzo and Sollum, as well as both hexes adjoining. It's the same victory conditions. We're going to come back and do it again. So it looks like we will get that second chance, but this time Rommel's in the game. Got 15th Panzer. Don't see any new units jumping out at... No, there's more 15. Oh, get the rest of 15th Panzer. So we'll try that next. And then we get Operation Crusader, which is 2 turns. Okay, so we'll put this through its paces. All right, well, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Comments appreciated. Appreciate rules corrections. Thank you to the viewer who did that in the previous one. And if you're ready for my next one, just go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for listening.